Keeping it real is a great antidote to pride. Keep it real, graduates. Do the things you thought you could not do. Learn from the simple and the strange. Walk a mile in a stranger's shoes. Practice random acts of kindness. I have this one friend who actually goes around putting new parking coupons for people who have forgotten or have had their time run out. I love that. Be outrageously compassionate. It's a habit that can grow on you. The second thing I'd like to share is, and that I wish I was told about talent, was really to separate the means from the ends. Early on, I thought the purpose of talent was to develop more talent in oneself. I was wrong. Talent is only talent when it's applied and not accumulated. The difference between Machiavelli and Gandhi, both who had deep human intelligence, was that Machiavelli used his insights to exploit people and exploit weakness for personal gain, whereas Gandhi saw in weakness strength and used his intelligence to inspire a generation to challenge the caste hierarchy and to liberate themselves from colonialism through peaceful means. In short, learn to love people and use things, not use people and love things. Power is magnetized towards the talented. You will have choices and opportunities thrust upon you. Don't shy back from them, but ask yourselves, what will I do with this power? What ultimate good could my talent serve? How could I comfort the suffering, teach the left behind, include the excluded, acknowledge giftedness in others? A good friend of mine, Dr. Go, is a gifted medical doctor who several years ago started a virtual service linking hands to connect doctors and healthcare professionals to various regional medical missions overseas. And last week he opened the second of his 2 local clinics. One serves construction workers in Serangoon Road 2 days a week, and one serves commercial sex workers in Geelong. The HealthServe clinic also teaches English classes and is finding other ways to sneak in public health messages. He's not doing this to be popular or to be recognized. He's doing it to share and apply his talent, because it's the right thing to do. So whether you become a doctor serving those without care, a lawyer defending those without counsel, a business person mentoring or funding a social enterprise, or a musician playing music in communities of conflict, there are many choices to which you can apply your talent. What will you do with your one and wild, precious life? Lastly, I wish that someone had told me to follow my passion and let my talent enlarge this joy. While talent may take you far, talent does not mean happiness, and it is a blessing to realize this early. I was at my friend's father's funeral, and she told me that her dad was a big-shot CEO. He had over 25,000 employees, 12 illustrious board members, thousands of shareholders, and no real friends. All this time was spent ordering his affairs at work. Ultimately, greatness is only in relation to the amount of love that we sow into the world. This is what people will remember about you and your life. My most vivid memories of generosity and true hospitality are of people who shared liberally and without expectation of return. When I was in Nepal as a 20-year-old novice researcher, teacher, and community worker, I was regularly welcomed into the homes of the local people, the Gurung families that were there. And in my first week, a family offered to feed me chicken when I knew that meat was a less than monthly indulgence. Another Taylor family, who in the old hierarchy would be considered the so-called untouchables, made me this gorgeous blouse of cotton that was bought from a 15-hour walk away at the market. I wore it often. And when the terrible tsunami struck a few years ago, and I was working on mobilizing resources for relief work, I remember my first donor, Kadir. He was the guard at my apartment building. He opened up his tatty wallet and he put $50 in my hand and said, "Give this to the people in Sri Lanka." So as Saint Teresa reminds us, it's not because they have done great things, but they have done small things with great love. It's not their talent per se, but their heart and the choices that they have made that have left impressions on my life and in my memory. Graduates, when people remember you, when it really counts, it will not be because you had talent. It will be because of how you applied your talents in the service of others. What kindness did you show? What courage? What humility? What integrity? Did you fight only for yourself, or did you fight on behalf of others? If you focus on deepening the clarity of your values every day and knowing what you want to live for, you will never fall, because these are deep and unshakable roots. Graduates, we are deeply blessed, but the world does not need our talent. We need the world because it is in the world where our fullest expression of our fragile humanity is shared and multiplied. It is in the world that we become fully human. To end, I'd like to quote from one of my favorite theologians, Frederick Buechner. It's dedicated to all the people whose lives your service will touch. When you remember me, it means that you have carried something of who I am with you, and that I have left some mark of who I am on who you are. It means that you can summon me back to your mind, even though countless years and miles may stand between us. It means that if we ever meet again, you will know me. It means that even after I am gone, you can still see my face and hear my voice and speak to me in your heart. Congratulations once again. Graduates, may you be remembered for your passionate lives of service, your love, and your friendship. Thank you.